Welcome to Refining Her, a supportive community of changemakers, genuine-hearted, legacy-minded individuals to refine their stories and reclaim their power, tuning you into your legacy timeline. If you're ready to ditch the distractions, welcome. You are in the right place. Are you ready to ditch the distractions and tune into your legacy mindset? If you're tired of watching your dreams collect dust, caught up in such a chaotic routine and daily distractions, it's time to take action. Subscribe so you never miss a refining moment for success. Hands up if you ever made a to-do list only for it to be the length of a novel and slowly go down a rabbit hole of scrolling and distractions. Hands up if you witnessed an amazing idea to see it only quickly fizzle away into the storm of self-doubt and worry. Hands up if you dreamed of building a beautiful legacy, a lifestyle of success, and only to see it buried by overwhelm and someday-itis. If your hands are all the way up right now, you are not alone. But what if I told you your mindset can work in your favor during when the distractions try to take over your show? If you're ready to be the main character of your life and put the distractions on the back burner and step into your leadership lifestyle, then this is for you. Join me. While in this video, we're going to get you from distracted to directed, tune you into your leadership power, and have you refining your mindset for success. My name is Golden. I am your legacy coach. Let's tune you into your legacy mindset. In this video, you're going to learn how to reprogram your limiting beliefs. I'm going to share with you a powerful strategy I use on my changemaker that's going to tune you into an empowering reminder that fuels your fire. We're going to tap away worry and doubt, tuning you into a powerful technique that's so simple that you can do anywhere at any time. So be sure to grab a pen and paper to make it a more personalized session. We're also going to transform your novel of a to-do list into a launch pad that supports your dreams and makes you take actionable steps towards completion, tuning you into your legacy timeline. So let's turn those I can'ts into I am unstoppable with unshakable confidence. It's important to work on your mindset because your mindset is ultimately in charge of your automatic behaviors, your response, your habits, and ultimately how you view things. If you find yourself having a negative thought outcome about something, then your mindset needs a little bit of refining. So let's get right into it. Get a paper and a pen, and we're going to write down some common limiting beliefs, statements, decisions that you feel like you have to make on a day-to-day basis. For example, if you find yourself saying, I'm not good enough, let's reframe that into I am enhancing and improving every day. When you give that statement some room and flexibility, this is where your mindset can start to expand your identity on how you respond to things. So if you thought I'm not good enough, you probably most likely will shut down an opportunity, shut down a client, shut down a positive possibility. And when you instead replace that with I am improving and enhancing, you tend to open up the curiosity box for your mindset to see, oh, okay, this could be an opportunity. This could be a genuine connection. This could be a possible outcome that works in my favor. Whereas before, you'd automatically shut that down, and we don't want that. Now, this is a strategy that I show my changemakers. This strategy is going to enhance your mindset 1% every day. And the more you do this, I promise you, the results are going to compound over time, whereas you're no longer going to be struggling with these limiting beliefs that you have. So instead of calling it reprogramming, I call it refining. Refining is something that you remove its impurities, you have the power there, it just needs some dusting off. And when you're refining your limiting beliefs, what you're going to notice is that you are overall going to refine your lifestyle, how you show up, how you speak, your presence in life, everything like that is going to ultimately get better. So instead of reprogramming you into this totally different person, which is almost impossible when you're going off to meetings, when you have your family, when you have all these projects going on. It's very hard to dedicate so much time towards yourself, where refining is more doable because you're ultimately going to get some results over time. So let's start with the first thing. This is your voice. I want you to recognize yourself first. Outside of TikTok, social media, outside of LinkedIn, Facebook, all of these places, who are you? What are your aspirations? What is this voice telling you, right? What is it saying? What does it say on a day to day basis? What do you wake up and hear all the time? And when you identify the limiting beliefs first, so say maybe you wake up and you're shy, right? Maybe you wake up and you are inspired. Maybe you wake up and you really have no direction, right? Maybe these limiting beliefs give you no direction. Now, as you dump all of these limiting beliefs on your piece of paper right now, you're slowly and eventually going to get to your voice. It is an internal compass. It's something that's always been speaking to you, even during those limiting beliefs. Now, your voice is that internal compass that has been buried with programming, with how we should show up, with all of these opinions of other people and all of these traumas and limiting beliefs and limiting decisions that we made in the past. This is how we're going to get rid of this, dust this off from time and time again through a strategy I'm going to show you in the next segment on how we can get our internal voice to really show us where to go and evoke our power and light that flame that we have in our life. So once we do this, once we have our limiting beliefs down, you're going to start to notice some voices in your head that are really allowing you to feel motivated and make you think about how you're showing up in this world. I want you to write down that voice, whether that may be, I am capable of making $1 million a year. I am capable of graduating with honors. Whatever your task is, I am capable of closing that deal. I'm capable of getting a raise in the next 6 months. Be ambitious. Write that voice down. What is that voice telling you? Usually you might hear the voices saying that you are confident, you are worthy, you are capable, keep going, right? This voice is going to be your gem in all of the limiting decisions that you have to make. I want you to tune more into this and away from your limiting beliefs. Now, the next strategy along with this guideline is your values. What are your values as a change maker? What is your values as a legacy-minded person? I'm going to write you down my values. My values is integrity, grace, so my values is integrity, grace, intelligence, and awareness. This is really what guides me on making decisions in my life. This is what guides me towards the destination that I am tuning myself more and more into on a daily basis. Now, if your values has something along the lines of money, advice, if you value advice, that's great, okay? That's great. But today, it's not about that. This is the foundation of who you are, of removing these limiting beliefs and instilling a power that's already there within you. I want you to know you don't always need that advice. I want you to know that you don't always need that money. What you do need to tune into is your core values. Right? Use mine for example. Maybe it's integrity. No matter what decision I need to come into and make, even if it's last minute, I'm going to make that decision with integrity. If I come into a person, an interaction, and it's almost very uncomfortable, I'm always going to leave that interaction gracefully. I'm always going to leave that person better than how I find them. Now, you see, the thing is if I valued money, I'd probably throw some dollars in their face and disrespect them and walk away, right? Or if I valued advice, I'll probably want to know more about what they're saying and take on their beliefs about me and the world and go on in the world as such. And usually they're very limiting when you're interacting with people, especially when they're outside of your industry or not aligned with where you want to be. So when you have your values and your voice tuned in and really locked in together, this is where your vision gets very, very clear. Your vision, let's talk about it. Now, your vision is external, okay? This is what you see out in the world. This is all the things that you feel like you can accomplish, you want to experience. This is your vision. This is your timeline. This is where a lot of leaders know where exactly they are, because usually you're a visionary, right? But probably you lack the voice. Probably along the way you lack that voice. You have this vision in your head, but you tune into all these limiting beliefs about you, societal programming, and it really just doesn't align with your vision and who you want to be, right? Which is why we're going back in time. So your voice is internal. Just to remember that this is all the things that you believe about yourself. What is your voice saying? And usually your voice is aligned with your vision. Usually your voice will guide you to all these goals that you have out in the world, okay? Which is why, so your vision can actually have money. It can actually have your house. It will have your business, your family, whatever that may be. Your vision is external. That's why we want to focus more on the voice so we can understand what is within us that we can create and manifest out in reality. I promise you, all my change makers who really get these two down pat really have a very easy time navigating life, business, events, networking events, projects, and closing sales. It really works in their favor. It's so important to really be clear on your vision. If you want help on clarifying your vision, I will have a template attached to this video so you can work through that yourself and get really clear on your vision. So this refining technique is going to work in your favor every single time. So now that we got these three really understood, really introduced in our lives, so as we can understand the next two steps coming up in the next session. So let's get ready for an EFT session. I want you to write down all those positive opposites that you had for your limiting beliefs. Whatever they may have been, we are going to use this and we're going to personalize this session for you. Now, if you have not done so, you can definitely follow along to what I'm saying. For my change makers, I use this powerful technique to refine their mindset, and it's called EFT. EFT is emotional freedom tapping techniques. And this technique is literally like acupuncture. This technique is like an acupuncture for your mindset. The more you tap on these points, the more you're going to awaken your neurological system and really pivot it into an awareness of focus. You want your brain to wake up and say, hey, this is what I want you to start doing. This is what I want you to start thinking. This is what I want. So the more you do this, the more you're really going to get into a place of abundance and ease. Now, let's follow along as we tap on these points. I'm going to show you, we always start at the hands, top of the head, top of the brow, side of the brow, top of the lip, on the chin, the collarbone area, side over here, and we're going to end off there. Okay. Now, each tap we do is going to make room for a positive possibility to be reprogrammed into our mind. Now, when you talk about your limiting beliefs, we're going to switch it out for a positive belief. So this is how it works. You have your mind, and when you tap, you're basically saying, hey, wake up. Do this instead. This is that conscious decision you want to be doing as a change maker. As a leader, you need to be conscious and intentional about things that you're doing. EFT is a beautiful way to wake up your subconscious mind and make it work and co-collaborate with you. Now, when you do this, hey, wake up, do this instead, your mind is going to wake up and it's going to see that this is what you want to do. And then it's going to put it back into your mind as memory. And this is why the more you do it, Repetition is key. The more you do it, the faster you will embody the person you are becoming, that change maker, that legacy-minded individual. So we're going to remove this limiting belief and we're going to replace it with a new positive one. If you by now have a positive belief, just take a moment, take a deep breath in and deep breaths out. Try to be as present as possible and just do the sequence. So if you want to follow me on this one, you can go right ahead, and then when the video is done, you can create your own. Deep breath in. I love my life. I see positive possibilities. Side of the brow. Even when I don't, I still completely and deeply love and accept myself. Deep breath in. I get really overwhelmed when I have to speak in public. But even when I speak in public, I still feel confident and able to continue and follow through. Top of the lip. I am confident in my skills and gifts. And even when I'm not, I still completely and deeply love and accept myself. Deep breath in. Sometimes I worry if I'll ever meet my deadlines, if I ever meet my goals. I am confident that I can meet my goals. I still worry that I can't meet my goals. And even when I don't feel confident in my goals, I still completely and deeply love and accept myself. Take a deep breath in. I am besties with my intuition. I know exactly what to do when I need to do it. I trust in my timing. I always see positive outcomes happening. My decisions align me with positive outcomes. Just back here. And even when I don't see positive outcomes, I still completely and deeply love and accept myself. I feel safe trusting my voice. I feel safe being guided by my values. And even when I don't, I still completely and deeply love and accept myself. Take a deep breath in. Now this is just kind of my custom way of doing it. Rubbing your hands together. I love to do this before a speaking event, before I get into a crowded room, before I go live in a meeting. It's a beautiful way to really open up that energy field in your body and tune you into your changemaker DNA. Remember, your DNA has a specific encoding of 500 generations of memory. Your mind has access to 500 generations. So I don't want to hear that you are unable to get something done, or you're shy, or you're incapable of doing it. You are more than capable. It's just, again, about refining your mindset, seeing the path that you need to pivot down on that timeline of success and abundance. So couple this with your affirmations and you will be so relieved on how clear your mindset becomes. How are you feeling right now? Let me know in the comments. You probably have yawned a lot, maybe tears came to your eyes, you probably feel a bit tired, but you still feel your body moving. And if you yawned and if you had tears, if you sneezed, that just means your body has been releasing that energy. It's okay to let go what no longer serves you. On this path to your legacy timeline, everything you need is at each pit stop you're in. We don't need the baggage anymore, which is why we're here removing these limits.